Okay, so Stephen, go.
Welcome to the 150th BioCoherence.
So
Okay,
if I get this straight, this is going to demonstrate how to do a remote scan. You're both on the app at the same time
Yes.
yeah,
communicating.
yeah. Wait to see it. It's fantastic.
Perfect.
Watch this, right? So brace yourself, TJ. You may need to take a shower again afterwards. Um, so, right, where is it though? The question. Okay, so can you guys see my screen?
We see your background. Yeah.
Okay, so right, so this is like a 9-minute video. So there's Clint East or Client Eastwood. We're going to change it to create a new client account.
So stop. We only see your background. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. One sec. One sec. Let me. Oh, that's because it's in the wrong screen. Okay, give me one sec. Okay, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, so um, should start any moment. Where's it up here? Okay, so you go and create a new account for your client. Right now so you'll see on the screen here on the left is the BioCoherence practitioner screen. On the right is an iPhone screen, which is basically your client using their iPhone. So you go create an account, test.test.com, and give them a first name and a last name. Really simple ways to create a new client. You can optionally give them you can optionally fill in more information such as their date of birth, their height, their weight, and things like that. But just to start off, just first name, last name, and email address. When you do that, you'll receive this screen here as the practitioner. You'll see this is the person's email, this is their login and their password, which is not displayed, and the invitation code. So at this point, we'll just continue. Nice and simple. You're with the client and you start a new recording. So you basically make a note of the invitation code and their client account is on the iPhone here. So I'm trying to synchronize my explanation with the video I made. Um, so you press start
So
recording.
the idea is that the first time only you have a simple invitation code, but it works only until the client is logged for the first time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you now have the client physically with you in your location and they do a scan. So let's just cut to the end of the scan. And at the end of the scan, you can go in and basically you can get them to fill in the questionnaire or you can dismiss it. In this case, we're going to dismiss it. Um, or you can ask the clients to fill it in later and they will receive a pop-up when they use the application to ask them to do that. So for now, we're just going to hit dismiss, I believe. Okay. So now you're with the client, you can view their report in the same way that you do it right now. You have access to their priorities, resources, and then you can basically go and do as much and do as much analysis as you want with the client. You then save the report and you click on notify the user. And you can also choose to notify me with updates, which means that when you choose that option, when you save their client file, they will receive an alert when you do something to their report, and you will receive an alert when they do something as well. So there's a two-way communication stream. You can also choose to save it as a case report, but in this case, we'll just hit save this scan. Um, and I believe now we move over to the iPhone screen. So you've now done everything from the practitioner's perspective. This is now the client's iPhone. They go home, they install BioCoherence on their phone, or you just say to them, go to the App Store, install BioCoherence. So they will do that. Once they have it installed, um, they, that's not even the best bit yet. Okay, so right, so basically on the left side now you have the person's iPhone, and on the right side, just for the flow of this overview, you're going to give the client the invitation code P360J25061. You can choose to include the hyphens or you can take them out. We've just put the hyphens in just to make it easier for you to read it on screen, but you don't have to use them if you don't want to. You can also choose to buy a subscription for your client here as well, if you want them to actually be able to use more than just being able to view the report, which we'll get to. You can buy a subscription for them. You can use one of your quota to give them a free subscription, or you can get them to pay right there and then. It opens up a full payment system link, and you can take the payment from the client then, or you can choose to pay for the client yourself. And, basically then you create an account with us and then you pay us, and then you can maybe bundle that in with extra training or with whatever you want to include in your client offering. But let's just say for now, you give them the invitation code. And now on the client side, when they install it, it says, do you have an invitation code? They're going to press, I have an invitation code. They're going to type in the invitation code that you've given. Keep in mind, these are two completely separate devices. So P360J256-1. And as soon as they enter that, it's going to take them straight into the application. They're going to do now. This film makes a lot more sense when you listen to the audio. But here you can see now, right, that basically as soon as they have entered that invitation code, it logs them into the application. And the first thing they see is the scan that you've just done with them. So it loads instantly on their side. And then from there, they go into the scan, or they can choose to upgrade if they want to. At this point, it isn't a forced thing, but we're just making it available to them if they want to upgrade, or they will have already taken the upgrade that you have given them either as part of your quota or they've paid. You'll see that we ask the client to fill in the questionnaire later. As soon as they open their report, we ask them to fill in the questionnaire. In this case, the client's going to hit dismiss. Now, this is what the client sees. That's all they see. They see the coherence score, they see the harmonizer, they see the harmonic boost, and they see the personal guide, and that's it. Now, well, with the exception of we give them a little bit more visual kind of things. Here's your personality, here's your music, and from here you can basically create a song using AI that they can basically have some fun with. My name is TJ, and I'm here to say something like that. Okay, and then you want them to just be able to access, we can't say the M word, but you want them to be able to access the sounds that are going to help them and straight into the harmonic boost. That's it. You press play, and when they close their screen, it still plays. They can go into the color, and that's it. They can also go into the personal guide, which they can then use as the personal guide exists today. But just everything is a lot easier. We also have the journaling system, which we would recommend people use. It's actually fascinating. If you just basically do an emoji for how I feel today, after a month of that, it's actually really interesting to see how I felt over the past month, because you kind of forget about how you felt 3 days ago. So you can actually then, when the person updates their journal, you get an alert on your side and you see that they've updated their journal. From there, they can then obviously access, well, here they're just continuing to access this. And then they can also access the basic programs as well. But we'll go back to the therapist side now, or to the practitioner side. And yeah, they can basically go in and access their basic programs from there as well. And I think there's one last thing I can show you is, no, that's it. Tester McTexton has now received the scan with Dan McDonald. He's given them the invitation code, and they've essentially accessed it from their own device, being able to see their report, but not see everything, because we have decided we're not letting them see everything. We're just giving them access to what they need for now. And with all of the basic,
yes, that was also the new feature. You can you can have your preferred, your favorite basic programs, as you've shown on the left, but you can also have the user's favorite basic programs, and you
Yes.
can add them, and it will pop up instantly on the user's homepage.
In fact, actually, I actually do that here, which is very cool. I know this is a complete kind of geek thing, but watch this. This is very cool, right? So you basically, so on the therapist side, you go in and add a basic program saying, I think this is what you should listen to tonight when you're trying to sleep. And it basically pops up instantly on the client side. So, and then when they listen to it, do we get a report when they listen to it, Medric?
Now, what you just shown is that you've just activated from your quota or both a license, and as you've shown on the right side, the license was instantly activated without the user doing anything.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, which
Yeah.
is even more cool which is more cool technology stuff.
So you can activate it from your desk, and if the user has the smartphone on his lap during your appointment or remotely, the subscription will be instantly activated.
Yeah.
Which is very nice. Mm.
And that's it. So you guys have asked us to improve and simplify the practitioner-client relationship, and I don't think it can get any more simple.
It can, thanks to a very good idea from Dan that is
Oh,
sent
yeah,
yesterday,
yeah.
and that is implemented in today's beta. Well, yesterday's beta. The idea from Dan was very simple. We have no way now to see what the pro has modified in the scan. And so we are adding a local history under each priority and under the. So let me just show you how can I do that. I have to show.
What do you guys think of that so far? Like, is that now getting to where he wants to be? Especially, I'd love to hear the feedback from Laura. Or Dan.
Sorry, you guys. I have a headache today, but yeah, I like it. It's very easy and yeah, it's nice. I'll have more feedback next week, okay?
Cool.
Liking your new pair of headphones as well. They look very cool.
Okay, so let me just try and share my my phone. So my phone is in French. Okay, so do you see my phone? Yes,
Yeah.
you should. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So for instance, when I go to priorities, if I go down, I can see this one, chakra sacré, so sacral chakra, and you see some icons, which is icon from the pro. It's the picture of the pro, and it says added by the pro. And if I click on it, I can see the modifications, the name of the pro, and when it was added. Okay, so you have this information on all the priorities, so you see who modified what. It's an information that was already available probably in notifications. Yes, here you can see in the notifications about this exploration, we have this information, but now it's also available in the priorities list and also in the harmonic boost. We should have it where it is. Did I miss it? So anyway, it's still the beta, but okay, so it's not showing. It should be showing here somewhere with the picture of the pro. That should be here. So that's currently under development. But I think it's interesting and it's a very good idea, Dan. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah, it is very interesting. I mean, right now my only client is with my sister, and if I give her one out of my quotas, that's just for a month.
Sorry?
The subscription, if I give it to her out of one of my quotas, I mean, she's right now can only play, right?
Yeah, you can give so since a few weeks you can give any subscription for 1 month for free to anybody. So you can be an evangelist for BioCoherence and give that for free to people. But you you also have a quota of free Me Play subscriptions, and you can have up to 3 clients at the same time with a free Me Play subscription for any length you want. So it can be the same 3 clients for 6 months, or you can rotate and give it to 3 different clients every month as you wish. But you have on one side, you have these 3 subscriptions for free for Me Play, and on another side, you can give 1 free month of anything to any of your clients.
No, that's wonderful. I just want to be able to, because she has a scanner. I mean, and she actually had a subscription, but she's in dire straits right now, right? So what I want to do is just I want to, because you said remote, right? And my eyes lit up, but
Yeah.
But then Stephen said, well, you have to have the first scan, which I agree, which is good because also, I kind of feel like Steve Campbell, and I kind of want to be a distributor, right? And I mean, you can't see it now, but I have been, I've cleared out my spare bedroom and I'm starting to change it into a client space. But it's still, you have to be, if you've looked at my new website, I'm promoting remote sessions.
Yeah, sure.
But the remote sessions still fall under the category of you got to be here the first time, right? But now you've opened that up. There might be in the future some way where we can do that, even if it's just only for a week. Well, I got to figure out how to get around the censored thing.
Yeah. Okay. So our solution for getting around the sensor is that we will include in the next version the possibility to record a plethysmograph. It means blood pressure by just putting your finger on the camera of your phone. And it works surprisingly well, but it doesn't give us the same amount of information than the information that we have with the sensor. So it's like a little bit downgraded version of a scanner. So you don't have all the same information, but you have
Not picking up the magnetics.
yeah, exactly. You are lacking some information, and especially you don't have the TCM points, which means you don't have the TCM recipes, but you have most organs, the meridians, the personalities, the chakras. So yes, you have a basic set to start making some work with someone remote. Anton, sorry, I'm muting you.
You could have I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, please.
He could with sometimes at work when we need someone to sign something, we send them like an envelope with a return label inside of it. If he wants to do that, they can scan it. They
sure, why not?
Send it and then put a return label back in. They can send it back to him.
You could do that.
If you trust them to send it back to you.
Yeah. The idea of the sensor is that it's not very expensive, and if you need to have some long-term relationship with a practitioner, I think the client can buy a sensor for them, and it can be used by the whole family and their neighbors and their friends, and it's actually good for you because once your client has a sensor in another town of the country, or even as another country, he will wants to use it for him, but for everybody around them, with you to make remote sessions. So I actually encourage you to give out sensors to your clients, and you can sell them, or you can rent them, or you can just direct them to your preferred distributor, so that the distributor takes handles the shipments and so on.
Well, that's why I've been offering, I'm forming up an email to send out. I mean, I only have one of my original sensor purchases left. I mean, one. When I look through my category, I have one, and the only one I have left is the Pro, right? So, but if those people aren't using it, I'm going to offer it to buy their sensor back. If they don't care anymore, they don't care. But
I think you should encourage them to use the sensor around them and to see if anybody in their entourage would need to check something with you.
Well,
because each sensor that you send is a potential trove of new customers for you.
I get it, but they're not. Their prescription or their license has expired. They're not. They haven't re-upped.
Yeah,
So
that's where you can give free licenses. If you feel that it's a money problem, you can give free licenses for Me Play up to 3 clients, or free licenses to anything for 1 month. So we really try to be as accommodating as possible with clients, but at some point you have to earn your life with this project,
yes,
and your clients somehow have to pay you and have to pay us for all the work that we do. So it's very good to be able to start for as less as possible, but at some point, people also need to be engaged in their own healing process, you know?
well, I
Mm.
like Heidi's idea of return address, right?
Yeah. Mm.
Uh, when they rent it, the price for renting it is going to be, well, whatever I buy the sensor back for is going to be double that price. You get your money back, but if you don't send it, now you have a sensor.
Yeah.
Then I can work on, okay, so you obviously got the sensor now, you have used it. I like the idea of the new process. Even if I send them a 7-day,
Mm.
whatever, it's still Me Play, but they already have scans now.
Yeah.
So, then I can manipulate it well, not manipulate it, but I can add uh, whatever I feel empathically that will help them
Mm.
in their, harmonic boost or something, right? And then,
Yeah.
well, how did that work for you? Now you've got a rental sensor, you haven't sent it back. Oh, by the way, you bought it because there's going to be a time frame on it for the sensor, right? And I mean, they're going to pay for it, and you got 30 days,
Yeah.
which
Mm.
is what an invite would give them. If it's not 30 days and you don't, I mean, if it's not postmarked, I mean, I'm not going to expire it on 30 days, but I'll give them 2 weeks because they may have to they got to mail it back, right? And
Anyway,
thank you, Heidi,
we
for that.
yeah, we have tons of experiments like that to do, and I think each of you can do some tests and see if it's better to give out the sensor for 1 week or 1 month, or rent it, or sell it and take it back, or just try to use each sensor as a base, as a local remote base for you to get new clients. There's a lot of possibilities, but the new possibilities that we offer is no sensor at all, and getting clients with just a recording of the finger, which gives you preliminary data and preliminary information that allows the clients to somehow get a taste with BioCoherence and get some first harmonic boosts, and maybe less refined harmonic boosts and personal guides, less personalized, but personalized nonetheless, without any device. And my idea is that people could start with just a recording of the finger on the camera and then want to upgrade to a sensor, because they know that if they have a sensor, they will have a better resolution in their scan. You know, that's exactly like a blurry photograph at the beginning and then a high resolution photograph with the sensor. And that, I think it could be a very interesting way of acquiring new users.
Well, I don't want to put blinders on anybody. I like the idea. I mean, I've got a, it doesn't really show this, but on my camera for whatever reason, but I have some pretty, some very, very high definition cameras, right? So if they're here, that's fine. They're going to be whatever phone whether it's their phone or their computer, or laptop or whatever. But I mean, I don't want to put blinders on it. I just figure, well, if the finger's great, and the sensor gives them more options. They get to see more, right? They get a more thorough
Yeah.
scan. I mean, I'm going to a
Okay.
conference in September, and then well, I haven't signed up for it. I don't know if I've got the cash flow for it, but it'll be in November at Sedona, and I'm going there loaded with bear, for BioCoherence. In fact, I'm even getting some new business shirts made up so that I go there and look the part.
Yeah.
And that's why,
I'll do you a good deal on some cool shirts.
That's gonna be a button down with like Medrick's fractal patterns on it from his slideshow.
Well, the guy can print on whatever. I mean, he used to be
I'm
kind
here
of like
for all of you.
You want to? Heidi, you gonna make us uniforms?
Yeah, I'm happy to do it. I'm going to put you all in 3-piece suits.
With fractal vests?
Bespoke, of
Fractal,
course.
fractal
What
print.
what
Yes.
about us
Whatever
women?
material you want to put in there, we can, put a little
Women get
crystal.
3-piece suits.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Excited. Thank you, Heidi.
And the
Well,
women get what?
do you do
Two
embroidery?
piece
Laura,
suits,
we can
Laura.
make the
Heidi,
3-piece suit very sexy.
do
Fun.
you
Oh
do
my
embroidery? Do you
gosh.
have embroidery capabilities? Heidi, do you have
Yeah.
embroidery capabilities?
Oh, anything you can imagine, I can make.
Not
We've been
important.
we've been making suits for 116 years now.
Wow.
Wow. So cool.
I need like a since I got some programmers on here, I just need a really good one that you stand in front of it, and I just need it to scan your whole body and give me the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also I would like them to stand on a scale, because that seems to be a problem. They come in at one size, and then when they come to get the suit, they're like, oh, it doesn't fit. I'm like, should we step on the scale again?
Yeah. Yeah.
Biometrics.
That's
you gotta
funny.
My
catch
brothers
them
are
with
like, Heidi, no,
biometrics.
Heidi, no. I was like, I'm not paying thousands of dollars because the dude ate a bunch of food.
Yeah. Right.
But of course, you can't say it that way. You have to.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry, sidetrack. Back to
Steven,
the.
Steven, we have to add merch to our to-do list.
Sorry.
Yeah, go
If you
on.
need some crystal suits, just let me know.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a question on the thing. So what this does is it gets the app on in the person's hand on their device right away, which is great move.
Yeah.
But what is the access to the basic programs?
It's the same restrictions as if you use your personal explorations. You can play for free a few times, and then you have to
Okay.
subscribe.
Because I think that's a big selling point to get people in on
Yeah.
it. Like that's, and then people like, oh, I want to dial it in and find mine, but like generally everyone can find one that resonate. Like I use that as a pitch often with people and just do the MP3, and that seems to work really good. And I think that's encouraging for people that they can sign up in a subscription is having that database. Especially like once we get making, I mean, there's already so many.
Okay, so do you think we should make a special invitation? You can already get a free basic program when you complete the onboarding process. At the end of the onboarding, you have a free basic program of your choosing that you can play without subscription. And we can maybe give the same ability from you to give out a basic program to your clients for free if you want them to test it without any subscription.
That would be a really good idea.
Yeah. Make them go through a practitioner to get it. Yeah, rather than access. Yeah. I mean, that's
okay.
Just
Same
basically
way
like
that. Yeah, same way that right now we have added in the latest update we have added when you are working with a client, which you see here, and you go to the basic programs and you go to any program, you can just give it to the client by clicking. So this is in your favorites and this is in your client's favorites. So when you go to any program, I've already added a lot. Okay, this one.
So then you could
just
give
click
them
here.
access.
Yeah, you just click here and it pops up directly on the homepage of the client. I will show you because it's very nice.
Very cool.
I have to share again. Sorry.
Yeah, and you guys are changing some of the words around
That's in French.
on some of the
That's
basic things.
What did we change? No, that's because I'm in French, probably. But well, anyway, if your client is currently opening the app, when you click, as the same second you click on the little like button, it will pop up on the screen of your client. So it's very nice. And we could maybe add a third button, like give a free pass or something like that to the client if you want. We should probably limit it somehow, but we could give you the ability to give 1 or 2 or 3 basic programs for free to your client without any subscription. If you feel it's a game changer for them to start using the app, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do with the general stuff, you know,
Yeah.
rather than like the personal one. It's like, you know, when someone has something right now and it's a general one and that works, I think that is a good selling point on
Okay.
that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
and I just would like to make a suggestion because when you select a basic program, you get the harmonic boost, or or you can use the personal guide. And
Yeah.
if you know the harmonic boost is right away, but the personal guide is right away plus benefits.
Yeah.
So I mean, and once they see that, and this is just a basic program for anybody, but then you have more of a chance, and the harmonic boost is great. I'm not saying that's not, but
Sorry.
if they choose to, and I know a lot of people don't follow through on the 21 day, but if you get them and they listen to it because it's a personal guide and they really want to try it out, maybe it will force them. Well, I don't want to force anybody, but it will enhance them to maybe listen to it 3 or 4 days or until they get bored with it or whatever. But it kind of draws them into listening to the program every day, right? I mean, that's really what we want them to do, is we want to get them drawn in, and then they really start seeing the benefits,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's really what I'm looking for. And I mean, I think that's what TJ is trying to do, in his way. I mean, is that what you're thinking, TJ?
Yeah, I mean, I'll yeah, give people like a MP3 of those, and I usually get good feedback. But now
Yeah.
it's like I like
And
then we're not like grasping them, you know. But if they're doing it through the app, then they have the app, and then they can explore on their own and get a subscription. So I think
exactly.
that's a big piece uh, of working with people, is having them actually in the app and getting that rather than doing it a different way. I think is
Okay.
important. So I think
So
that's what this does.
it's very good because right now, when you complete the onboarding, you get to pick one of your choosing, and it's called a privilege, you know. And I could do exactly the same, but it would be a privilege coming from your pro instead of coming from your onboarding process, which I think is very nice for you too. It's something given by the pro. Maybe I could even add your name, like this basic program has been given for free to you by TJ, you know, or something like that, so that you continue building this relationship with your clients. Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Good
that's
idea.
good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's positive.
Exactly. Okay. Good idea.
Kat said what she's thinking about renting, but she doesn't trust that it will come back. So maybe give away the sensor and get them to buy it, and then have a buyback program or something like that,
Or you
That's
call it a deposit.
or a deposit.
Yeah, it's a deposit. That's what I'm going to do. It's a deposit. I mean,
Yeah.
unless they're in town and I know them, but
yeah.
yeah, a deposit.
I think renting works when you give it out physically to the client because it's a client you know. And if it's a remote client, maybe you can just set it with a buyback
Yeah.
possibility, as you say. Yeah. Or
Or
just
rent
try.
it and then have a
Yeah.
deposit with the rest of the cost minus the rent. So you're,
And
you
then
know, I mean,
refund them when
that's,
they give it back. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
I mean, that's
yeah.
not,
I mean, that's what I'm
yeah,
thinking.
that's
Yeah.
pretty straightforward and simple.
I think so.
And in
Yes.
that way, I don't, I maybe lose, at the most 30% at the most on my sensor. If I buy it back, I lose 30%. But now I got one I can rent, and I can rent and make more money just off the sensor, which
Yeah.
in which I want to actually get them to get the license, but I've got to now reuse a loop sensor, hopefully looped for abundance.
But Dan, why will they send it back to you when they feel all of the amazing benefits of the
Well, then
system?
they buy a license, and then again, I make money, right? Okay. The deposit is going to be the price of the sensor,
Yeah.
right? And like I said, if they send it back, or if they don't send it back, I'm losing 30% on the price of the sensor, right? I mean, okay. I mean, I don't want to lose that. I mean, the sensor's already been paid for, right? And what I buy it back for is, that's my 30%, right? So, um, I mean, yeah, am I going to lose some? Probably. I mean, I don't want to, but they put a deposit on it, right? And there you go. Then I don't lose the 30%, right? If
Yeah.
they keep it, I get my 30% and the sensor's already paid for. I mean, for me, it's a win-win. And I can use it as an advertisement that might cost me 30%.
That's
No, not
good
with the
math.
deposit.
There is something else that I don't think I've told you. I don't remember, honestly. When you are in the Harmonizer programs, you have a new, and that's for Steve, I think. You have a new choice. You can adjust position for each program, which is the usual way that you know, but you can play in one go. And if you choose to play in one go, it will not stop between the different programs of the Harmonizer. You will just put it in the place of the first one, and then it will play all the programs without stopping. So it will jump automatically from one program to another one. Because the adjust position for each program is sometimes a little bit complicated for users because you have to play for 3 minutes the microcurrents, and then you have to change the position on the body. But sometimes you want just to relax and get the full session in one go. So in that case, you click on play in one go and you launch it, either silence or synergy, and it will just play the whole program in one go.
I've never switched it. I've always just
No,
kept it
that's
at the
new.
most opportune, acupuncture point.
Yes,
I've never switched it.
but in the former way, you had to click on the screen to play the next one. And now with play in one go, you can just forget the app. You can just put the device on you and play the whole session and not have to click on the screen to go to the next one when it's finished.
I know, I get it. It's like
Yeah.
in acupuncture, when they set you up, you don't just get two needles. I mean, usually when I go, in fact, I have another session next Tuesday. I get stuck with, some days it's more, it's like 40 needles I get stuck with, right? And yes, they put the current on. I mean, they can go up to 6. They have 6 different taps, but usually they only do 2 tap or 2 points, right? But that's 4 needles, right? And then they just play that for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, right? So
Yeah.
when you
So
change position, you're actually changing needles in a sense.
yeah. So anyway, you can now play a very long session without. But this is because at some point the harmonizer will be included into the personal guide as an extension, so that you can also get the microcurrents during your actual meditation and not just with the harmonic boost. And I think that should be pretty powerful too. But we have to um, make sure that it's not that it's compatible with meditation and so on. And so that's why it's not yet activated into the personal guide, but it will be at some point.
Well, I know 3 people and that are volunteers in the Fallen Brothers thing, and they all have TENS devices, and they just put them in their pocket, right? And it just stays in their pocket, and they turn it on, and it goes until they turn it off. So that's why I was thinking, just leave the harmonizer in one place because it's TENS, pulse, electromagnetic fields, and this one woman, I says, you better think twice about keeping that. She's got it almost like it's like a pendant, and it's I said, I don't know if you want to keep that over your heart for that long. I mean, she doesn't have a pacemaker or anything, but I don't know. Well, she's fine. She glows every time I see her. She's glowing. So it hasn't been uh, let's say disrespectful to her body.
No. It's you can do very interesting things with these devices. Okay, so that's all on my side. If anybody has any other question.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Do
sure.
you in the manual that you guys give us, is there I need to go back and look through it, but I should have before I'm asking this question. But about because this morning I kind of did a small little session with Michael just to see what he does, and for about 30 minutes we did. And I realized I don't know enough about the meridians or the chakras. And are there books that you guys would recommend that you think are the most accurate for, let's say, the people that's not as familiar with the Ayurvedic and meridians and chakras? Like, do you have books that you recommend that, or that we information that we could buy, or that you?
I mean, I have manuals. I mean, these are like, there's a lot of stuff out there. That's a hard question to.
I know. So
you
it made me
get.
want to put together like a small school, like just because I'm trying to relearn how to do it, and it's just so much on there that I think it would be so cool if we had like, by, teach me like I'm 5 how to use this. Like if we created like a little school, and then like chapter 1, and then you need to read this book, and then chapter 2 you need to read about this, and then you can go on this. Because Michael was like, "What do you know about these things?" I'm like, "I do need to learn about that." And almost everything you said, I was like, adding that to my list. So that would be, I don't know, it'd be kind of cool if someone new coming in. And I was just texting Laura. I was like, that would be cool if we all kind of came up with like a small little school, and like chapter 1, you need to read these books, and then we can go over. And if you don't understand that, it's kind of like going through it all. That teach me like I'm 5. So that's what I need. I know you guys are way past where I'm at, but I'm just kind of.
But you know what? If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it, So maybe actually going back to how you describe it to a 5-year-old or maybe a 10-year-old is actually probably a good approach,
Yes.
Brilliant,
Well, I mean, there is on YouTube, you can go and, you can get anybody you want. I'm not trying to judge anybody, whatever. And if you go for the traditional Chinese, you better be able to translate Chinese. And I don't mean the person talking Chinese. I mean the acupuncture points. They're going to identify them as in Chinese kanji. So, but that's on the internet. And plus there are apps that will, for your phone. I have never come across a free one, but it does the same thing that BioCoherence does, but it's in a more in your phone, the person standing up just like an arm meridians, but it actually pings where you need to put it, and it puts the name on it, right? And then it's kind of, you can get posters like with maps for all the points, but then you need the book. Okay, yeah, lung 6, right? Okay, lung or 16. Well, this one, yeah, it's dealing with the lungs, but it's dealing with certain aspects of your respiratory system, and each acupuncture point is dealing with a certain aspect. It's not all of them. I mean, all of them are for the lung, but this one is lung and heart. This one is lung and muscle, or I mean, that's what you're asking. Right. So there's really no easy way for that. There are books. DJ's got them too.
Medrick has a wild idea. Like, we have our bibliography of all the books and research papers and everything. Like, what if you fed all that into Notebook LM and cross-reference it against the system? And
It's like if you really want to go into Chinese medicine, it's like learning Western medicine. It's years and years of learning and practice and so on. So there are probably some entry-level books that gives you all of the general concepts in it. But then specifically Chinese medicine, it's a lot of different ancient masters that created some recipes over the millennia and that are passed from master to student. So it's kind of a messy knowledge of trials and errors and things that work and so on. About Ayurveda, they say that if you want to actually measure the pulse of Ayurveda by putting 3 fingers here, you need 7 years per pulse, which means 49 years to actually master it.
Yeah, and it's 3 fingers. It's not just one. It's 3 fingers.
Yeah.
Same with acupuncture.
And
I have an idea.
And that's what we somehow implemented into the algorithms of BioCoherence. So you can also rely on the fact that you can get out of this knowledge in a minute in BioCoherence, and then you get the culture. You get to learn the culture of what is TCM, what is Ayurveda, etc., so that you know a little bit what it is dealing with and not dealing with. And you need to go a little bit forward like that. But I wouldn't say you need to become a skilled TCM practitioner because most of the skilled recipes are already in the app. What you need to do is be skilled at what you can do or cannot do with all kind of different therapeutic approaches so that you don't oversell anything.
Could I?
Go ahead.
Could-
Go ahead.
Yeah, Paula.
Could I take Heidi's idea is actually really a great one if we just kind of took it back to first principles and look at what we have. Like we have all the information that is all around biocoherence itself, but we also have some really good teachers amongst us, people that really like teaching, like Michael and Jeff. Like both would be like they've already kind of offered to teach, you know, different things already.
Yeah.
And we could make like a little, if we took like as Heidi kind of suggested, you know, like just little sections are, and as you say, it's learning the applications rather than the actual, because it is like learning a whole it's and with Chinese, I mean, jeepers, that's so there's advances within advances there, and you know, different Chinese people would have their own, you know, we want to know what we are talking about. So as we have as just us, as our little family, we know what we are doing. So if we had if we maybe mentioned to Jeff and Michael and anybody else that is inclined that way and likes to teach, TJ, you like to do a bit of teaching sometimes, don't you? I think he's gone.
TJ is gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here.
It's interesting.
Just saying goodbye to Kat.
Oh, bye, Kat. But if we had,
yeah, I was saying bye to Kat.
We could film like you know, 20-minute sessions, have them there, and I know our pro pool isn't likely to grow much from what we are, but people will hopefully come along in time and grow into us. They won't, you know, they won't have followed the same process as we did from the beginning.
Yeah.
But there'll be that there will be something, a standard process and things that they can, you know, a 20-minute session on meridians in BioCoherence is perfect for, well, maybe a couple. It would take 2 or 3 maybe.
Yeah,
you know,
I think it's interesting, Paula, and thank you for that, because that's exactly what we do in France. As a distributor, we created a little school, and this school gives every week some insights by some practitioners around their own core competences to share with the other practitioners. And I think we are headed to do the same.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Isn't that how you designed it with the profile and the offering?
Yeah.
I mean,
in the profile we have that, and
what we've talked about.
Yeah, exactly. And we created a Learn and Connect section where you can just start creating some courses, and it's more or less just a playground right now. But I think it's just the preview of some things that will come when we start being more structured.
Like with all these modalities, there's like a depth to that where it's like philosophy, you know, it with Chinese medicine is how you start off, you know, and I think that is like coherent with the biocoherence philosophy that the body is like there. So I mean, that would be the route that I would suggest if we were going to have people presenting things or teaching classes like off of the things, is to loop it back and why it's like as a holistic therapy and matches,
Yeah.
you know, like
Well, it would all be
you know,
back
like
to
to bring
such
it
the
back into there,
philosophy
then
of
like start to
therapy.
like I would just be leery of offering like Chinese medicine classes as like not a Chinese medicine doctor.
You know, I think it would
And
be
it's tough giving
it would be
somebody just
more
a little
it
bit
would
of
be more a lot
knowledge.
more general than that.
I
Right.
think it should stay on the general knowledge level.
Yeah.
That's-
Yes.
Yeah.
We do that since maybe, I don't know, 6 or 8 years in France, and we just scratch the surface of many things because
That's perfect. That's what I
Yeah.
had in my mind. That's
Yeah.
wow.
Mm.
It's like it organically grows itself. 'Cause
Exactly.
yeah.
Mm.
Perfect.
So I think it will come in due time at some point
Yeah.
in the growing of the BioCoherence community.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And so then just to actually put a use case in that, then we start an extraordinary school. And
Yeah.
next week we're talking about the chakras. And the week after that, we're talking about something else about the, you know, or without it being specifically about the product, though, it's about the philosophies around the product.
Well, what we do in France is that we ask, we have a pool of practitioners, and we just ask them if they want to share any kind of knowledge with the group, and what are their what they want to share, and we build a program for the year, and everybody has a slot every week, and we just record it and tag everything, and you can just now search by keyword into. We have something like more than 800 hours of video, which is a lot. And you can just search by keyword, exactly like when you search by keyword into our weekly webinar, you know.
Is that a membership access?
Yes,
or?
and there is a monthly fee for that, or a yearly fee if you want, and it's like a membership access. And when you give out a course, you get paid for it, and when you just follow the course, you pay every month for it, and in and out, it's very good for everybody. So,
Do we need to take French lessons first?
we should do it in English now.
You know,
I would like to learn
that.
French.
I mean, we can do that in America. I don't, you know, there's Bastyr College. It's in America, and yeah, it's a college. You want to learn, be a naturopath or herbalist or acupuncture, or, you know, they teach that. I mean, but it's expensive. But
Yeah. We want. I think we want to stay on the general culture level of everything, and maybe either have some recommendations or partnerships with more advanced schools if you want to go very deep into naturopathy or I don't know what. But it's not our role. Our role is to help users get the most of BioCoherence, and for that they have to get this general knowledge of everything that you can read with the software. You know, we are not here to create new naturopaths. We are here to help people get the best out of the software.
Yeah. BioCoherence is, you know, it's like BioCoherence is the mirror. So BioCoherence is looking back at you through the mirror.
And we want to become best at using it to its
Yeah.
greatest advantage, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good conclusion for today's webinar. So thank you for that. I'll stop. And you see, Erwin says, I will translate what you say, Erwin, unless you want to say it in English.
So just to be clear, I've been here 12 years and I don't even know what that means. For real, like,
Okay.
like comma vec extra, I don't know, something like that.
It's time, Stephen.
No.
It's time to learn French.
Erwin, which is French, says it would be a very good idea because I have I have made enormous progress thanks to the École Extraordinaire.
That's cool.
Yeah, so same. We will probably do the same in English with BioCoherence. Okay, I'll stop the recording now.
Wait, okay. Could we search the ones in French? Could you dub them over English?
Probably yes.
And then that way you would have all that information already.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I have to dig into that.